Namaste. Hello, konnichiwa. How are you today? So, welcome to Nupur episode number 3. Today, definitely, we have a very special guest. And this episode is presented by Healindya, supported by Praful Mehta, the diamond expert. So, before we introduce our special guest, you all like your photo to be beautiful, right? And I see like everyone is having a DSLR these days. Like everybody likes to take photos. So you'd like to know a lot of rules and art to have a good photo, to become a good photographer, right? So I'm sure about it. So today's guest definitely going to teach you about all those things, not only those, definitely art of life, how he lives, being in Bollywood, but living a saint life, living a yogi's life, living a Sufi's life, how beautiful it is. So today, definitely, you are going to know all these things. So with big applause, let's welcome our guest.
Adab, namaste.
Namaste and konnichiwa. You know, in Japanese, we say konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Yes, konnichiwa.
Okay.
So how are you? How are you, Rafique? And
I'm
thank you
fine.
so much. Thank you so much for giving your time and coming on my show. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
And everybody's waiting here to know your story, to know a lot of rules and art of photography, not only photography of life or as well. So we'd love to know that what really inspired you to be a photographer.
I think nature is one of the things which inspired me to be a photographer. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
from nobody from my family was a creative person. All come from the government jobs, and
Okay.
only my uncle was a very famous photographer, cinematographer, Mustafa
Mm-hmm.
Rizvi,
Mm-hmm.
and he inspired me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the moving picture initially is inspiring a lot to me, but after doing a few things with him, I thought that that's not my cup of tea, because it is a very, very long job. You work for
Mm-hmm.
10, 12 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours, and I think I'm not for it. I think I'm too romantic about books, poetry, nature, and a lot of other things which inspire me a lot than working continuously for 16 hours.
Okay. So that is so then when did you decide, like, you have to change? Because you said that you are too romantic to go for moving picture and all those. So when did you realize
No,
that?
no, I worked. He introduced me to another photographer to assist him for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
and I started liking it because it's a different kind of a thing. You
Mm-hmm.
conceptualize it, you plan it. Sometimes you are shooting in the studio, everything under your control. It's unlike you are doing cinematography. If you are doing outdoor, the weather can change it, and you have to use lights. So it is if you are doing photography, it's a different thing altogether. You can control a lot of things, and there's not many of the crowd around, not of people working around you, and you can concentrate, and your attention span is very, very accurate about that.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
So that was yours. Like, you did not like the your training of 6 months. Then so I can figure out that you like to control your photography. What you said.
This is not a question of thing that you should do what you like. I think that the basic thing I learned from philosophy as well, because
Mm-hmm.
I think that uh, photography is the one thing that you learn till you live in life, because every
Mm-hmm.
day the universe is teaching you something very important. And I think that if you walk under somebody's steps,
Mm-hmm.
you get a teacher, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I started following it blindly, which I would never like to do it. I would like to create my own images. I would like to create something which is my own. I
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to live on borrowed knowledge. I rather have my very small wisdom.
Hmm. That's wonderful. That's a lot of photographers are here, aspiring photographers. They are learning from you, and that, yeah, it's like your
I
own borrowed knowledge. Everyone is hearing that it's better to have your own wisdom than borrowed knowledge. So when
you
you
can't you can't be a
when
teacher to anybody. I don't think that you can share your experiences in life, but you can't be a teacher. Yeah,
Mhm.
I've been conducting workshop for last 10 years, more than 10 years, but I
Mhm.
always believe that I share my experience. I never try to teach anybody.
Mhm. So you don't teach anyone.
No, I don't teach anybody. I'm not capable of teaching anybody. And I basically very strongly believe that you can't teach anybody. It's a person who is going to learn. He is the person who is going to learn everything. You can't teach anybody.
Wonderful. So all the photographers, you cannot learn anything. You have to learn from inside. So you can just learn from his experiences, I guess.
No,
So
you can learn the technology, you can learn the
Mhm.
technique, but you can't learn
Mhm.
creativity. Creativity is you are born with certain things. You are born with a vision. Everybody is born with a vision, and everybody is different from each other.
Yeah, we all are unique, definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
We
absolutely.
all are unique. So so when did you realize that this is the something I really want to do? What was like when did you realize?
I think inspiration or everything is comes to you at the time when you are contemplating certain thing in life. You just want to do certain things, and you contemplate that these are the things you would like to do in life. And I think if you have started living meditative life, you start believing certain things which you are going to follow it. And I after cinematography, I learned a lot about lighting and everything. Technically, I learned a lot, but creatively, when I become a photographer, I started thinking differently. Then I realized that this is a path for me. I can find my path through photography.
So you heard the
And
calling.
and photography is what? Is a simple thing about observation and awareness. It is
Mhm.
you learn so much from your observation and your awareness. I remember Hindustan Times asked me a question about I have shot hundreds thousands of images, and what do you think about it? And I believe very strongly I miss so many because of my lack of observation and awareness. Every picture is happening on the street or around you. You just have to observe it.
That's true. That's true. So why did you choose Bollywood? Like, why did you choose celebrities?
I never I never shot much of Bollywood. I I never wanted to be a celebrity photographer. I wanted to be a photographer who can do landscape. I can do body shots. I can do portrait. I can do fashion. I shot many of the celebrity in Bollywood, but
Mhm.
I'm not been very keen on shooting Bollywood stars. I don't believe in shooting stars much because
Yeah.
I basically believe that you require one thing is very important as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
That is you give respect and you get respect. And Bollywood is a different kind of a thing. They need more respect than they can give it to anybody. And I think every photographer should learn. Unless you are respected, you are not going to give the what you're supposed to give. Unless you are very confident about what are you going to shoot, you are not capable of shooting good pictures if you are being controlled by others.
Mm-hmm. So is this the reason that you said no to Shahrukh Khan or stars that Bollywood doesn't give respect?
Not the question of Shah Rukh was quite a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
I had a shoot with him, and
Mm-hmm.
he is from Jamia, and I started the photography course in Jamia. I taught there for 5 years, and as a visiting professor there. And Shah Rukh asked me why didn't I shoot celebrities, and very I said that I'm more intelligent. Yeah, he had a great laugh about it.
Yeah, indeed, you are more intelligent, definitely.
No, no,
So,
it's not a question of that. I think that there was the excuse about it. I gave it to him, but I think that
mhm,
basically it never been one-to-one talk with the actor or a star. You have
mhm,
so many people in between. The agency is there, the manager is there, a lot of
mhm,
people are there, and you will never be able to connect with them. And photography is
mhm.
all connection. It's nothing but connection.
That's actually very enlightening for all those photographers who are really wants to go to Bollywood and they want to be the celebrity photographer. This is very, I think they are learning from here. And so I can see that you have taken a lot of models photographs. So could you please tell us something like who was your favorite or what kind of things happened during the shooting? Any stories?
Before I go into that, I would like to
Mm-hmm.
explain to you one thing very clearly, that
Mm-hmm.
this is my experience, this is my thought I'm sharing with you. Not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily everybody will have the same experience in Bollywood.
True.
So, whoever is going to choose that path should
Mm-hmm.
willingly do it. It should not
Yes.
be go through my experience, because my experience is going to be different from the experience of others.
Mm-hmm.
The, I've shot many of the models. I
Mm-hmm.
I love to have a concept and a model. I choose my models. I have a concept, and then we can have as if you're doing a fashion shoot, or you're doing portrait or anything. You get a stylist, you get a makeup artist, and as a team we create some images. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the way I work.
So,
And
yeah.
I work with a lot of good models, top models from Meher Jessiya to Meghna Reddy. And
Mm-hmm.
believe me that the era has gone, but those images remain uh, everlasting in my memories, and whatever the people have seen it.
Mm-hmm. So, you have many admirer here. They really respect you. Like Manoj Singapuri, he is writing the massive fan of Rafiq Bhai. Fabulous seeing him live. So,
Hi.
and and someone already wished you Eid Mubarak, Rajiv
Okay,
Bose.
thank you. Thank you.
And someone is saying that cannot see or hear clearly, but Rafiq said speak is not can see and hear clearly, but Rafiq sir speak is not coming clear. A bit maybe blurry your picture. Maybe that is the connection or something can be. But it's good that you can hear him clearly. I think that is more important that you can hear him clearly.
Yes, that's okay. I don't want to frighten people.
No, come on. No. And so it's like, yeah, as you said, that everybody has different experiences in life, and those who really want to go to Bollywood, they are going to have different experiences. They should not just hear your experience and stop themselves from there. That is very much true. And but experience is something which people learn from experience. So I think it is our responsibility also to teach those who really want to go to make their path a little bit smoother, so they can our from our experiences, from your experiences, they can learn a little bit. So Bollywood is totally a different world. It's not a very glamour, it's money, it's totally different thing. So your advice would be there, like how they stay clean there, if they your advice from your experiences.
Money to me not is everything. I think that
Of
you
course, not
learn. Yeah,
everything. Yes.
you have to be creative, because the in this industry or anywhere else, you will be
Mm-hmm.
recognized by the last work you had done. It is not
Mm-hmm.
you can be famous and you remain famous because of the work you have been doing for last 20 years. No,
Mm-hmm.
the last job you have done will be recognizable, because
Mm-hmm.
you if you do a You don't concentrate much. You just be like what you want to be, uh, uh, because of the fame or uh, the the name you have in the industry. If you don't shoot the last job, it is not going to be remain there for a long time. And so far as the Bollywood is concerned, I'm the last person who can guide you in that matter, because I think the Bollywood, the the connection is always the magazines through Filmfare or Stardust or anything. First initial exposure is through the magazine in every industry. I think even the fashion industry or the any photographic industry, your gateway is through the magazine. Through the magazine, you editorial you become famous.
Okay. So all the photographers who are writing here definitely through magazine. So that is your gateway of any those though I think if you want to go to Bollywood, if you want to go to those celebrities live or want to take, I think as he said, the magazine. You have to approach, I think, magazine. I have no idea about that. But someone wrote that Namaste, a teacher teaches. So why do Rafiq sir why you say that you cannot teach? Can he elaborate? Dhanabad.
First of all, I told you that you can teach technique about photography. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot teach creativity,
Mm-hmm.
and you learn the composition, the rules of photography, everything in the school. And
Mm-hmm.
strongly believe it. The moment you come out of the school, you break every rules of it, and I have
True.
done it because the moment you don't break those things, don't break the rules of everything, what
Mm-hmm.
you learn in the school, you are not capable of doing something differently, because you are going to follow the path which has been told to you to walk on. I believe that you should start making your own path.
Then you can become more creative, I guess.
Yeah,
You
I
can
think,
become
yeah,
who you are.
yeah, you have to, because photography is not a kind of a thing that you follow or create something which you have seen it on the internet. You have to be
Mm-hmm.
different. You get inspiration from the universe and start doing something differently.
Mm-hmm. That's that's really wonderful, and yeah. So that is, I think, you have got your answer, Mr. Raj Bhandare. So what kind of we would like to know, like you have reached here, you are Mr. Rafiq said today. So what kind of difficulties did you have to face to reach here?
No, I didn't have much of difficulty reaching her. I didn't struggle much. I think the God was very kind to me, and the universe had helped me in this matter. I think a lot of friends were working in advertising and fashion industry. They helped me, and I think you evolve a lot, the
Mm-hmm.
observing thing, and
Mm-hmm.
I basically I think everything what I learned in life, especially
Mm-hmm.
philosophy, taught me a lot of things. I think that the path towards the philosophy is you start meditating, you start living meditative life, and start observing and aware of the things around you. It teaches you a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So when did you start your meditation in your life? When did you start the spirituality when came in your life? Since the very beginning or later or halfway?
It is. I learned in the beginning. I learned in between. But again, I
Mm-hmm.
remember somebody told me a very basic thing, that you rather not do meditation. You live a meditative life. I learned it. I think at this, you meditation can be an exercise if you don't live the
Mm-hmm.
meditative life. Meditative life is very important because you share your life with others. The human
Mm-hmm.
beings, human humankind is more important than yourself. I think that that's important to me. I think that's you have to be compassionate to be a good human being.
So you are living a meditative life completely.
I don't know whether I'm living a meditative life or not, but I'll try to be as honest as possible to me.
So what is spirituality to you?
It's a path everybody should live, should start living, because it is
Mm-hmm.
not a religious path. When
Mm-hmm.
you cross the religious path, the spirituality starts it, where there is no boundaries. You 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 can think in any direction and observe it, contemplate it, and break anything what you believe. And there's no right and wrong in spirituality. The perception what you make up through the observation.
So the acceptance is more important.
Yeah, but acceptance need a lot of time also. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't. You don't believe in things what you see it or you observe it. It is goes to,
Mm-hmm.
you have to go through your understanding and make up image on your mind or your heart. Because I believe, like Sufis, they think through the heart, they don't think through the mind. So your heart should decide about what you are, what you're thinking about.
So you are, though you are not in Bollywood, but you are always in glamour world with models taking photos. So how difficult it is staying away from the glamour and living a Sufi's life.
You are in glamour world from the outside. You are not part of the glamour world. And because I don't think that I was interested in attending parties or going for dinners or much of that thing, and I kept myself away from it because I never been interested in that kind of a life where you're going to spend so much. I rather sleep at 10 o'clock and get up at 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning and spend a lot of time with myself is more important than uh, my image being created by the media or the people around me. I'm not interested in that.
Okay. So, so since the very beginning you were like that, or just you started this meditative life in between, or since the very beginning you started having life like rather going to bed at 10 o'clock, wake up at 5:30 or 5. So, was it your lifestyle, or you started in between?
Initially, my father's time, we used to sleep at 8 o'clock in the morning, at night, because he was
Evening,
so
yes.
no, he used to be so disciplined about life, and used to, because morning at 7 o'clock or 7:30 we used to go to the school, so
Mm-hmm.
it was convenient. But
Mm-hmm.
I sleep early from the lot
Mm-hmm.
from the beginning. I not later than 10 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's I enjoy it because
Mm-hmm.
after 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, uh, I would like to spend time with myself.
So, like this glamour never attracted you? Like we sometimes, like we normal people, like here people are writing that maybe when they get fed up with that glamour, they just start having meditative life. So this glamour never attracted you?
Well, how do you define glamour?
So it's
First tell
like
me.
the thing, the define glamour means, see, your life is glamorous when it comes to spirituality. When I see so much glamour in your life going to bed at 10, but the most of the people in the world, they see glamour party, they see glamour going to a different kind of like having life with friends, that kind of enjoyment. They are enjoying being in party, drinking, or lot of other kind of enjoyment. So these actually that happens in anywhere. So those kind of life never attracted, like people are writing here. So after certain point people become really spiritual meditative life they live, but they carry. But when they start when they are really starting their life, those things when they first come across and they attract them so much that they get into it. So it never happened to you?
Nupur, what you see so
Hmm.
actually is not the reality. What you see, a lot of people are very glamorous from outside, superficially, but probably they are not inside because we judge people very easily about that. I have seen a lot of people who
Totally.
wear fine clothes, they look very glamorous, but they can be very simple inside. And we judge from the outer side, superficially,
Hmm.
because we are very judgmental as human beings. And I
Hmm.
think that is as a world we create through our mind. much more through the heart. If you feel it, like photography, when I see the picture, I always say, don't see a picture, feel a
Mm-hmm.
picture. So
Mm-hmm.
I think a human being also, you start feeling about how, what kind of a person. It happened through the interaction, it happened with the conversation, it happened through knowing a person rather than just talking nonsensical about things.
That's true. That's true. That's definitely true. Though Mr. Syed already answered the question, but somebody is writing the question that what really motivated him to come into professional photography? What was the most best, or what motivated you? The one point he wants to know.
Life, the universe, what you see with your eyes or you see through your heart, you feel it. It is very inspiring. What you see every day, what is happening on the street, it can be very inspiring. You go to the nature and you see beautiful things, which I think human beings can't create it, and you get to very inspiring things from the waves of the sea, or you look at the sky. Sometime in the monsoon time, you see around Bombay, it's so beautiful. So if, if you observant about things, you can be inspired. I think you just have to be observant about things.
And you have to have that heart also, and
Yes,
passion as well. Yeah,
no,
the
you have
drop.
to be. If you are a photographer, you have to be passionate. You have to be committed to the things. I think that I don't remember that I'm satisfied with anything what I shot today. I go home and think about I could have done it better, and this keeps me going for a long time. I think you
Mhm.
can improve yourself every time you shoot. Every
Mhm.
moment is a different moment for you.
Exactly, that's very much true. Every moment is different moment. And when I got nature see in front of me, that drop of rain, that rain. And I have seen a lot of your photographs today, because of some problem, I cannot show people your photography, but later I will show them. But your photography is so beautiful. Like I saw somewhere the drop of the rain, even the photo here, my background also, this photograph is so beautiful. So it's like that beauty you bring from each and every photography. So where it comes from? It comes from heart, or it comes from mind, or it comes
No,
too
it comes from
aligned
my heart.
already?
No, it comes from my heart. I don't have a mind. I don't think much about it. I think that I feel from my heart. I think from my heart. Yeah, I like Sufi says that the God has given the heart to think. The first time
Mm-hmm.
I read about it, that God has given the heart to think, because we always been taught that the mind is to think, never the heart. But I started feeling the heart. You can feel the emotion of the people, emotion of the what is happening all over the world.
So you think from your heart,
Absolutely.
and the photos, all the beauty comes, everything comes from your heart.
Yeah, people appreciate it. That's a different thing. I'm nothing if the people don't appreciate it. I think there's a love and appreciation of the people that makes me feel good about it.
You create, so we appreciate. It's so humble, and that makes you who you are today, actually. So definitely we would love to know, like you have so many models you worked with. So who is the most photogenic? Like even you can take everyone's name. You don't have to be any particular, because you love each and every photo of yours, definitely. So the photogenic faces you really
The,
take
mo-
in.
the model I really was very impressed, and I worked a lot with her is Meghna Reddy.
Meghna Reddy.
She was an amazing model. I think she could inspire any photographer to take good pictures. With her, you like Ladakh, you are a bad photographer to take bad pictures with her. Yeah, she was so inspiring. Like always talk about Ladakh, you turn around, you got a picture. It was like her. If you she's around, It is you only take good pictures of art.
Big narrative.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. So, so how? What are the rules? Like technical side also. There are a lot of photographers they are watching you, so they want to know what are the rules to be a good photographer, because this profession these days many people are taking. I think it has become a trend these days, and they would love to know your tips.
You have to be very ruthless with your own pictures. You are not the last word in photography. You learn every moment, every time you pick up the camera, and every time you observe things, because you have to learn. You 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 have to, when you shoot pictures, you when you select pictures, you have to be ruthless. You must have shot 1000 pictures, but to take one picture out of it, you have to be very selective, and that's the basic
Hmm.
thing I learned.
Hmm. Okay. So anything about camera, like what kind of camera they should choose or anything? Would you like to say anything about that? I have no knowledge about it. People are here, there, waiting for you.
I, I'm a mentor of Sony, so I can't recommend any other camera but Sony. But again, I think the camera is a tool.
Mhm.
It makes your life easier if you
Mhm.
follow certain things. All the cameras work for that. There's some cameras make life easier, there's images sharper, and you have a control on your image quality. But they can't make images. They help
Mhm.
you in creating images. But
Mhm.
I think that you have to be creative to you can use any camera, I can shoot it.
So yes, so all the aspiring photographers, you can use any camera. And someone has asked, what do you look for in a model or subject when you choose your model? What
Today,
fascinates you most in a person to suit her or him?
I first work on the concept, what kind of
Mhm.
picture I'm going to shoot, what kind of style I will have, and then I select the model accordingly, and then I select the stylist and the makeup man accordingly as well, and then we create it. It is the concept which is the most important thing. I think that without the concept or an idea behind a picture, you will not get an image. It's going to be a beautiful picture, but picture will not be telling the story. I would like my picture to tell the story. Every picture should be telling the story, and it's not through my lenses. It's through the
Mhm.
expression of the people, the model,
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
the creative people around me, the stylist, makeup artist, and
Mhm.
etc. Even my
Mhm.
assistant helped me a lot in that.
Mhm. So it's a Miss Das. I think I have got your answer. It's just the concept. It is the most important. Accordingly, he chooses his models. So the concept should be very clear before the model. So yes, the now do you have any, like, people would love to know any funny experiences while doing shooting with your models and everything? Any experience would you like to share with viewers?
I'm too serious. I think
I know,
probably
I know, I know.
funny things. And when people think I'm too serious and don't have any funny moments in my life, I, yeah, I
That's why
did.
I asked. But okay, I would love to know about the book you have
Yeah.
written. So everyone would love to know about your book, the subject, and what actually what you want to convey to the world through your book.
First of all, I'm known as a fashion photographer or something about portrait photographer. This book is about ways of water. It's about water, and
Mm-hmm.
I should be thankful to Mr. Prakash Chabaria from Finolex. He offered me. He said, if you have a concept on water, because he manufactured pipes and they're related to the water, then you can do a book on it. And I traveled from Bombay to Goa, and some of the pictures in Ladakh and some pictures in Kerala and Bangalore. And I shot only about water, and it's not water as what you see it throughout your life on the sea or the river or anything. I try to be take pictures which are different from what you have been seeing, with my vision or my thought, my feeling, and
Mhm.
it is on sale on Amazon, and it is an interesting book in a way. I have one thing, one line in the book about what about photography, about water is I discover, I don't invent.
You discover, you don't invent.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So his book is already there on Amazon. So you can definitely you can buy it from there.
Yeah.
And only on Amazon or any other places?
So Amazon.
Amazon. Okay. So that is already there. You can learn a lot of things from there. So now, Rafiq, we'll go for some rapid fire round, and you have to just answer within one word or one sentence. Okay? So it's going to be fun. You have to be very funny now. So now, who is Rafiq Sayed?
Nothing. I'm nothing, absolutely. And everything comes out of nothing. I never think about, I think
We
I'm together.
start from zero.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Favorite Hindi movie?
Hindi movie, my favorite one,
Mm-hmm.
Pyasa, I think probably.
Okay. And favorite model?
Meghna Reddy,
Favorite actor?
beg pardon,
Favorite actor?
uh, Nasiruddin Shah.
Spirituality or photography?
Oh, there is a not different, there's not much of a separation between spirituality and photography. You take a path of spirituality, photography will follow it. And I think basically that you have to be spiritual to be a good human being. And if you are a good human being, you're going to be a good photographer. I
You
assure
use
you about that.
you use two lines. I wanted one line.
Yeah. I
I am just kidding. Okay. What is love?
It's like a river always flowing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same the next moment.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And your favorite food?
Dal chawal.
Wow. And would you like to walk or use a car?
I rather walk, but again in a city like Bombay, you can't walk
Mhm.
unless you are walking in a garden or in the society's places where you're supposed to walk. Bombay is not a place to walk.
Exactly. Yeah. Religion or spirituality?
Hmm? Excuse
Religion
me?
or spirituality?
Spirituality any day.
Okay. Okay. So we finished more rapid fire round. So you did it very well. So now we are almost in the end, and
Yeah.
we'd love to know the your message for the youth, especially. And though this is watched by, I think, around the world, I have friends, and they all are watching it. But mostly the Indian photographers, they are sending so many questions to you. So definitely some message for them, and especially the entire youth. I would like to say, what would be
I
your
would
message?
I would like to say that life is much larger than the viewfinder of the camera. You will look beyond it. I think you just learn so much things if you look outside the viewfinder. And it's humanity is giving a message to you. The universe is giving the message to you. And you look at today, just realize it, how complicated we made life of our own self. Simplicity, simplicity is the most important thing. Go back to the basics, and life is beautiful.
That's wonderful, wonderful message to the youth. And we'd like to know your the future work or your vision, like what really more we get from you. What are you going to do in
I
future?
would I would like to come out with more books. I'm working on it. Unfortunately, this thing happened that now the books are not going to be sold immediately because it's going to
Mhm.
take time because the financial thing is affected internationally. It's not only in India or Southeast Asia. It's internationally is being affected. So people are
Exactly.
not going to produce body books now, profitable books. I've come out with one. We are working with 3, 4, 5 books on it. So let's see now when it's going to happen. I like to travel. I like to meet a lot of people. I like to go back to Calcutta and shoot more pictures. I
We are
am very
waiting here.
fascinated.
We are waiting here in
I,
Japan.
yeah, I get fascinated with a city like Calcutta.
Do you like Calcutta?
Yeah, it is a fascinating place. It's a vibrant city so far a photographer is concerned. That's the reason you see there's so many books on Calcutta, so many portrait books on Calcutta. Calcutta is an amazing city. Yeah,
So, what fascinates you about Calcutta the most?
the people, the city itself is you go to North Calcutta and you just see that you don't have to think about poverty much. It is there. It's everywhere there in India. But again,
Mm-hmm.
in Calcutta, is much more. But again, there is a character. You go from the pool gully to anywhere. It is so fascinating. It's I think Bada Bazaar and you go to Chaurangi, you go to Toliganj. Everything is fascinating.
That's wonderful. I would love to be there when you go to Calcutta next time. Definitely.
Yes, yeah.
So yes, so here someone wants to see your book. So maybe I will show you his book. I'll post it. I'll take a photo and I'll post it on my page later. You can see and you can buy that book
Okay,
as well. So there
okay,
are people who really want to see the cover of your book. So there, Kolkata is city, joy, charms, and artist heart. There are a lot of Calcuttans. They're writing. They are very much happy to hear that about they heard about Kolkata. So that was it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending lovely time with us. Thank you. And I can see like so many messages, so many likes, and people really they were waiting for you. There's the last message came. Om Namaste Ji. So
oh,
yes,
thank you very
Namaste.
much. Namaste.
Oh, I
And
have another question actually, Rafiq. I'm a
yeah,
yogi, so I'd like to know your view. Like, what do you think about yoga?
it's a beautiful thing. It's a everything about you can learn it. You can you can reach to your soul, then you are a perfect human being. Yoga has to reach your soul. That's it's not a physical thing only. It has to reach your mind and soul. If it
Mm-hmm.
reaches there, then you are a good human being. I think you are living a perfect life to live in this world. It is amazing. I think everybody should learn yoga, and this world can be more beautiful.
That is the thing. Everybody should learn yoga. That world would be more beautiful. With this word, I think all the viewers you have heard it. So from tomorrow, not only physical yoga, the yoga makes you the better human being. Let's practice that yoga together and let's make this world a better place for everyone around the world. As we say, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So let's
Oh,
make this the whole family. Right, Rafiq.
okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much. And namaste,
Thank
konnichiwa, and hello.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you so much. Thank you. So everyone, that was Nupur Show and episode number 3 presented by Healindya and supported by Praful Mehta. And our honorable guest we had Mr. Rafique Sayed. Thank you so much. Good
Yeah.
night, West
Good night.
Minasai, and Subratri.
Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.